Thanks for being here. This is a QR code for the signature gathering training.
Okay.
It's just a 10-minute thing.
Sure.
The password is repeal HB267.
So what is HB267? Today we go to the Utah Education Association district to learn about this bill that was passed and the way to basically step up and say we do not approve by starting off the referendum process. So through this video we'll talk to a couple different diverse perspectives about this issue.
I'm Karen Burns. I am a teacher in Granite School District, and I'm here today because we are starting a referendum to oppose HB267.
And what is HB267?
HB267 is a heinous bill that was brought forth based on a vendetta for us.
Us being?
The UEA, basically.
UEA,
Yeah,
Utah
UEA.
Education
Education Association.
So decreasing bargaining power.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yep.
The details of the bill
Yeah,
are horrible.
anyways.
So it basically takes away all of the bargaining rights for teachers, but also firefighters, policemen, any public sector worker. So your snowplow drivers, your EMTs, the people who keep you safe, the people who teach your kids, the people who provide medical services to you, and also nurses.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have taken away our bargaining rights, which means that we don't have the power to go in and negotiate our own contracts anymore. I really don't think people also realize that when we go to the bargaining table, we bargain for every single employee in our district or in those places. And I cannot speak for the other organizations, but as a teacher, a lot of the things that happen with like school safety for kids, for instance, like bulletproof doors or things like that happens. All of the security measures that we have in Granite were brought to a bargaining table. Things like anti-bullying, student mental health and safety, a lot of those things are also brought to the bargaining table. So this isn't just about us, it's about our kids and our future, and we truly believe that the community deserves better than this bill and the power grab that it's about. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time too.
Yeah, sure.
You okay? Yeah, I'm Wendy Davis.
Okay.
I'm just engaged in the political community.
And why is it important to be here today?
Oh, well, I come from a working class background. Everybody that in my family for generations was in a union, starting with my great-grandmother who worked in the largest distillery in the country.
Oh, really?
And so I think what the legislature has done is overreaching. It was retaliation for the teachers union for challenging their authority, and they retaliated with power and their authority, and the people are going to speak. And this is going to happen one signature at a time, one volunteer at a time, and I have absolutely no doubt that we're going to get those signatures. I think they're cowards in the legislature, and they might just repeal it so that it doesn't go to the ballot, so that they don't have to account for that and at their ballot. But the turnout today and the solidarity with all of the citizens and all of the labor unions is really hopeful in a time that doesn't feel really hopeful right now.
Well,
but
awesome.
I'm Dr. Wendy Davis. I've run for office. I've written a book about running for office. It's called The Fight You Don't See.
Okay.
But I also am a small business owner, work for small business, and just generally an advocate. So happy to turn out on a Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. You're here?
I'm Taylor Layton. I'm a Granite educator. I've been teaching for 13 years. I'm here because I feel like we need our rights and our voice respected, and I really was pretty frustrated, as a lot of people were, with the way the democratic process on HB267 happened. So
You pointed to this.
yeah, I've got
What's
the
this?
piece of law in here. I've got the
Pull
law.
out the piece of law.
Yeah, the legislation itself, you know.
Okay.
And I
so
kinda
did you
like-
track this pretty closely?
You know, I used to go to the legislative session every year. I didn't track this one. I mean, yes, but
Yeah.
I haven't until today. I did not read every
Okay.
bit of language in
I
here.
find all of this very confusing. What do you make of it?
Yeah, well, you got to look for the underlines and the strikeouts, and
Sure.
skip through the pages of definition and code at the beginning.
Okay.
And, somewhere in here, buried in here, is some really pernicious language that erodes workers' rights. So Yeah, I think it's designed to be confusing in some ways, you know, it's certainly, and the way the process itself happened as far as collaborating with unions and other stakeholders and then rolling back all the compromises they made and going with what the legislator wanted anyway kind of illustrates that same thing. It's not meant to be understandable and accessible.
Rolling back, yeah, I even got lost right there.
Yeah.
Rolling back the compromises that were made.
Yeah, so like they had been meeting, the legislator had this idea and they were meeting with union leaders, and it seemed like the bill was kind of moving in a direction that wasn't quite as punitive or restrictive to labor and to unions and collective bargaining. Then they decided they were going to go back to the original bill because not enough unions said they stayed neutral or something. I don't, you know, the deals behind the scenes I don't know all about, but it's pretty frustrating when you're seen compromising and you're happy about the way the session's working. It seems like, you know, people are going to the Hill, they're protesting, the Hill's crowded, everybody's raising their voice. You get compromises, it looks like it's working. Nope, we'll go back to whatever we want to do. We don't really care about your protest or your, you know, input. So.
Do you think people will care about this protest?
I hope so. I mean, they're going to care if it gets on the ballot.
Yeah, right.
So I think this is, and that's where I'm like, you know, sometimes posting and all of that can be helpful, telling your friends, that is all super helpful, but sometimes this is where the work happens, when it's like get signatures, get something on the ballot, and actually, you know, say we have power too. It's not all in the hands of the legislature as much as they would like that to be the case.
And do you feel, last question, do you feel like your students, what do you teach?
I'm currently an assistant principal. I worked in third grade. I've worked in, most of my career was in special education. I also taught middle school for a while. So. And
do you feel like have you involved your students in any of this, or do you feel like?
No, I mean, as an admin, I'm very neutral and, you know, abide by the policy. You know, in some ways I like to encourage. I actually, with this wonderful teacher over here, we took some kids to the Capitol, and so I really try to include them in civics and understanding the process, but I try not to take a stance on anything just because I think it's, you know, in my mind it's inappropriate. I want my school to be welcoming for everybody regardless of their stance on HB267.
Teach kids how to think, not what to think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm on that side. That being said, you know, if I've been to protest with parents of my students before, and I love that, but it's kind of, it happens outside of work, you know. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me today and for being here.
No problem.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What's the lay of the land here?
So signing packets is here to the right.
Okay.
Signing is here to the right. Packet pickup is to the left.
So if you just want to sign, or if you want to pick up a packet to make other people, to like distribute to other people to sign.
That would be over there.
Okay, right on.
Do the training.
Okay, so taking a minute to do the training in order to get packets to get people to sign. Okay, so this is the process we're engaging in, a referendum. It's a direct vote by the people to approve or reject a law passed by the Utah legislature. So we can file a referendum, and then if enough signatures are gathered, then it will go back on the ballot and the voters can re-vote for this. We need 200,000 signatures by April 16th, which is in a month, which is a lot. 8% of registered voters across the state and at least 15 Senate districts in Utah. So this is actually one of the hardest processes in the nation. Okay, so this is what they're saying you need to do. Get a hook, so get the voters' attention, have them read the law and sign it, and then get a receipt, get a voter receipt that they signed it. Right? Like, how many people would you need? 200,000 signatures, and then divided by 60. Do you think people could get 60?
No, that's how many are in a packet.
Let's say you could get 10.
Okay, 10.
Let's just do 10
That'd
first.
be 6.
20,000 people. Okay, so let's say each person gets 100, right? It's just a matter of tens. Then it's 2,000 people. It's still kind of a lot. Let's say each person. So let's say 60. You get the max number.
And then the other thing, it needs to be in half of the district, the Senate district.
Yeah, 3,000
and Salt Lake.
We need about 3,000 people. 333 people doing maxing out their packets in all the right places. Have to figure out which Senate district all these have.
good?
This is fun. Found some friendly faces. What, you guys are here for what reason?
We are here to pick up our packets,
to sign
collect
the
some
petition,
signatures, get people to sign our
get
sign our
super
petition.
amped up.
Cool. Are you amped? Do you feel hopeful?
I do feel hopeful.
Feeling
Seeing
hopeful.
all these people here kind of warms my heart. So,
What's your strategy to get all the signatures?
Go to some poppin' places. Go to some places with some traffic.
Yeah?
Get a lot of people.
How long do you think it'll take you to get 60 signatures?
Hopefully a day.
A day. Are you going to do it
Hopefully a day
today?
or less. Maybe.
Tell me, ask a question.
Okay, what's your name?
My name's Jennifer Bainey. I'm the Executive Director of the Utah Education Association.
What do people need to know leaving today?
They need to know that we are standing up against the legislature for passing House Bill 267, which takes away collective bargaining rights from public sector unions. We believe that collective bargaining benefits all of our employees as well as our communities by providing safer working conditions for all of our public employees.
What do you think the biggest challenge is going to be?
Biggest challenge is complying with the law and getting 8% of registered voters in 15 out of 29 Senate districts to sign the petition. So if wherever you are, please sign that petition as a registered voter of Utah that you want to see the people of Utah decide this issue.
Thank you so much. What is, last question, what inspires you to do this work?
I wanted to be a teacher ever since I was in 3rd grade, and after being a teacher for many years, I went into association work, and I am passionate about helping educators to succeed, because when we have successful educators, we have successful students.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question while you're doing that?
Yes.
What are you doing?
I am signing the referendum packet for overturning HB267.
And why is this important to you?
Because we value workers' rights. Workers are Utahns, they're our friends, they're our neighbors, they're our constituents, and this bill undermines their ability to do their job, which undermines our ability for our state, and it's not good for families, it's not good for people, it's just a problem all around, and I think it's frankly a problematic bad bill, so let's get it gone.
Nice. Awesome. You deal with like bills all the time because you're
I am a state representative, so I represent House District 32.
Awesome. But that's okay.
Yeah, we'll do it over.
Okay, this is a good lesson, right?
Right.
Okay.
So what you want to do is put a line through.
Okay.
Oh, not that.
Oh my God.
And then here.
Uh-huh.
And then initial here and here.
I'm glad I know this because I'm going to go out and collect signatures.
Okay, you can't have any other marks.
Okay, so I really need to focus.
Yeah.
All right.
Withdraw your signature.
If I want to withdraw, then you have the receipt. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, and this is the final. This is a heavy lift. We need you. All right, let's go. Let's do it to it. Hit the streets. Boots on the ground. Collect some signatures. So I ended up being followed by Fox 13, and you can check out the story. I'll put the link in the bio. Thank you so much to UEA, and I hope this is a successful process.